Es que es por el ángulo que estoy yo más cerca de la cámara. Entonces exagera
La diferencia de altura.
Claro.
Que no es real, tampoco.
que, bueno, la hay, pero
Unos 20 centímetros o algo.
sí, 20 centímetros. Pero al final el tamaño no importa.
Eso dicen. Los que la tienen grande.
Justo. Es como los que le importa lo de que pongan impuestos para más de X pasta.
Sí, tío. Yo flipo ahora con los de la derecha. Están todos cabreados. Hay un chico que conozco desde pequeño, vamos, que se cree conmigo en mi aldea, que desde que se hizo guardia civil, tío, está on fire, ¿sabes? Con la derecha. Y ahora no es que esté con la derecha, ahora es que está con Vox, tío. Y cada cosa que pone es disfruten de lo votado. Y es en plan, el apocalipsis va a llegar mañana,
Claro.
porque como no gano a
Claro.
Pascal, pues estamos jodidos. Como si fuese a cambiar mucho la historia, ¿sabes?
A ver, se puede acabar el mundo perfectamente por haber votado mal.
Sí, está claro. Yo no sé, me lo enseñó ayer Antía. Que no sé si es el programa este catalán de humor, ¿cómo se llama? Bueno, no sé.
Ese. Sí,
Pues
sí.
es el que sabes que
Sí.
pues hacían como que iban los de Vox a clase porque les iban a explicar cómo funcionaba el Parlamento.
Ujú.
Entonces, pues llegaba el tío que le iba a dar la clase, no sé qué, y en primera línea pues estaba Bascal, estaba el Smith este, el que es el segundo a bordo, no sé qué historia, ¿no? Entonces se empezaban a meter con el que les daba la clase.
Encaja muy bien con sus aficiones de tirar tiros al aire.
Claro, entonces empiezan a preguntar, Tejero, ¿tú por qué tiraste, por qué disparaste al techo? No, era un mensaje de advertencia, y entonces le salta la Bascal, eres un maricón, rajao,
vegano.
no sé qué. Y al final se acaba encargando también al propio Tejero, ¿sabes?
Ah,
Y la vecina de arriba tenía el suelo todo agujereado de tantos tiros
Ya.
que cogió una ametralladora y se los cepilló a todos y le saltan a Bascal. Bien, señora, esa es la actitud, esa es la actitud.
ahí, esta no es ni vegana ni maricona.
No, era lesbiana y no sé qué más.
Bueno,
Qué grandes son esos tíos.
muy bien, Sakujo está ahí ya también. Digo porque sabes que el micro está
Sí,
abierto.
ya lo
tal.
vi antes, pero bueno, es en castellano, o sea, tampoco...
Sí. En español.
Español.
Español. Hostia.
España grande y libre.
Y una.
Bueno. Yo soy española, ¿qué quieres que te gane? Eso decían antes, ¿no?
¿Cómo?
Cuando el España ganaba el Mundial, las Eurocopas y toda esta mierda,
Ujú.
decían, soy española, ¿qué quieres que te gane? Cosas de marca.
Bueno, cuando quieras.
3, 2, 1, ya.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Time for chess. Time for chess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sí, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Hello, Sakujo.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I am fine. A little tired, but yeah, I'm fine.
You're tired from the race or from life?
The race... I have some injuries in my leg.
Injuries
Yeah.
from the race.
Yeah. Because I am fat, then I don't know how to explain. Yesterday I learned how to say gemelos in English.
How do you say that?
Cag muscles.
Cag.
C-A-J. Cag muscles.
Cag.
Yeah. This
Didn't know.
is our gemelos. I mean.
I'm gonna call them twins.
I was thinking twins. But yeah. But after that I am fine. And you?
I'm fine.
Yeah. You run faster than me. A lot. Faster. How you say in English Correcaminos?
Oh. I knew it, but I can't remember.
Me neither.
But we can find
Nah, don't.
Coyote, TNT, Acme. Yeah, Acme.
Yeah.
We go.
Our childhood.
Roadrunner.
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 You are a roadrunner.
I'm a roadrunner. Yes, when I go running, I usually run in roads. Yeah.
Yeah, but road. No, you are in the middle of the forest. No.
But also roads.
Oh, okay. Okay. To access the
Yeah.
forest. Yeah.
Not just forests, because sometimes
You live into the civilization.
I need at least a path to go
Upper,
through.
Yeah.
And when I run when I go to Bertamirans
Yeah.
to go and come back, I prefer to go secondary roads.
Yeah.
Not big roads, but
Yeah.
still roads.
Without traffic jams. And
Yeah. No traffic except from time to time one car that might kill you because they, they go so fast.
Because
But apart from that,
he doesn't expect you are here.
Yeah, not a lot of traffic. They don't expect me. I don't expect them.
And suddenly,
But apart from that,
you appear. And
I'm always in bright yellow.
yeah, did you wear the?
Yeah.
It's, I don't know how to say.
Reflectance?
Reflectance.
I mean, if they don't see me,
It's their problem.
yeah, it's their problem. Yeah. All they will have to pay to my family then.
Yeah, a lot.
It's totally their problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, chess?
Yeah. Please.
Chess, please.
Please. What do you want to do, Pepe?
I don't know. Did you do the tactic of the puzzle of the day?
Of course not.
Okay, let's start there.
Of course not.
So it's white to move and play queen e8. I mean, and win.
Did you see?
I mean, it's checkmating. Well, it's a piece at least.
You win the knight, no? And after that, mate.
It's not mate. You win a rook.
You always can escape c7.
You win a rook, so he probably plays queen d8 to just lose one rook and not a rook and a knight.
Here check.
Yeah.
Go here.
No,
check.
queen d8, I think. After the check,
Take the knight, no?
I think he's gonna play this
he's going to
lose one rook, because otherwise he will lose a rook and a knight. I think.
Yeah.
Check. If he goes here, we check.
Yeah.
Then we check back and we take this rook. So,
yeah, this is I saw.
so I guess he's gonna put the queen there, and then how do we win a rook?
How we win a rook? Take. No. I don't see it.
You don't see it.
We have to use
We have to use the force.
yeah. If we take then queen take and with the knight we can do it. And if we I don't see.
Maybe you are looking at the wrong rook.
With the knight here.
Mm-hmm.
Take, check,
Mhm.
and take.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
And I think that's gonna be the line. Yep.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Because if he goes here,
Knight.
check, he has to go here, check, he will not lose the queen, so he has to go here, and then we took rook and knight. And here we only took rook, so yeah, that's better for black, although we're winning anyway. Cool. I have all in green.
But this is normal for you. You have
No, it's not. The other day we had a 3 hours session to put all in green
Yeah, did you?
on the
Okay.
weekend.
Oh,
On Sunday, I think.
2500. Oh,
Yeah.
good rate. I have now 1700. I think so. 1771. I think so.
Nice. And I arrived I reached in chess.com, I
Yeah?
reached 3,000.
Yeah, Fido saying to me 2 weeks ago that he's trying to get to reach this goal because he does the puzzle with other guy.
Yeah, with Roberto. And
And
he's 2,900, yeah.
they are nearly.
Near 3,000.
It's cool. It's really
I got 3,000 the other day.
But it's more easy chess.com that chess.
Yeah, sort of. It's
I don't know my rating chess.com.
in chess.com the puzzles are prepared.
Yeah.
Here they're taken from real games.
Yeah.
So situations might be tougher here. There are some positions here that it's not so obvious. Even when you see the solution, it's not so obvious. In chess.com, when you see the solution, it's obvious. Like when you finally see it, it's like so. If you spend enough time to solve the puzzle, you can solve it, and then the rating goes up and up and up and up and up.
I want to improve my chess take serious improve my chess, and maybe we can create some schedule or
Schedule,
timetable or something like that to improve the key skills. I mean, for example, I don't know, if we create a weekly sprint. I mean, Tuesday to Tuesday, and I try to reach some goals. For example, if you say to me, you have to try to solve 2 puzzles per day or something like that, or maybe we can create something like that. Because if I don't have this kind of obligation, or I don't,
you don't do it.
Yeah. I don't do it.
It's up to you. It's just putting a number, then sticking to it or not.
Because, for example, obviously it depends how hard is the puzzle. But for example, between 30-45 minutes per day is too much. It's normal. Like a training session.
I think it depends on how much that interferes with your life. It depends on every case.
I mean,
as long as you're comfortable, I wouldn't do too much. But I think doing something per day is good.
Yeah.
But it's like learning to play an instrument or learning a language.
You have to be constant.
Even if you do very little per day, the good thing is to do every day.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Even if you do only the puzzle of the day, it's good. But of course, if you do 5 puzzles per day, it's going to be better. Or I would use around 3,000 per day, 7,000 per day. Yeah,
a lot.
For me, for example, what I do is lately 5 puzzles per day on chess.com. Except I do that maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I don't do it every day.
Yeah,
I should, but those 5 puzzles take 1 hour more or less. So it's too much.
The idea is try to do like you do when you think. I mean, don't make move random. I mean, you are more or less sure that the answer is correct, thinking all the lines, and show.
Yeah, I think that's important to learn. It's worth if you spend. You can do both things. I mean, if you spend 10 minutes in a puzzle, it's probably better than if you spend those 10 minutes in 20 puzzles.
Yeah.
It's gonna be better.
Because probably you can do right the puzzle with no idea. the statistics.
Yeah, if you do 20 puzzles in those 10 minutes, maybe you get 3 or 4 right, but you don't learn as much as if you really focus on the puzzle you have in hand. However, on the other hand, you can also train to do easier puzzles in a faster way.
Yeah.
So both things are right.
I think this is a for this is a good tool. The fake of Puzzle Rush.
Yeah.
You have 20
Chess
tries
Cup.
per day. Chess Cup.
Chess Cup. Yeah, you have. I don't know how much.
Yeah,
But
I reached the maximum per day.
Yeah, I did that the first day, but I don't like it. But okay,
I mean,
you can. Yeah.
The 10 first are so easy. It means
Yeah, the problem is then it gets harder, and that's what I don't like.
Yeah, it's only take the
but
piece or something like that. I mean,
yeah, you can also try Blitz Tactics.
Blitz Tactics.
Let's show briefly because we're being featured only chess right now, so I don't want to.
This I didn't know this website.
We have a command in chat for that. BT.
And it's like
this has
are puzzles.
Yeah, there are puzzles, and they have several modes. One of them is similar to Puzzle Rush, and the others
Countdown,
are not.
No? So
Ready
puzzle
to
before
countdown
time
ahead.
runs out.
Yeah, and this one have each 10 hours they change. So this is going to be the same
During 10 hours.
during these 10 hours. That means that if you do it once and you get, I don't know, you do, this counts how much do you take in solving a number of puzzles.
Okay. And
But then if you do it again, they are the same puzzles again. And if you do it again, they are the same puzzles. And
Then you
in
can-
10 hours, it will change.
you memorize. all
Yeah,
the puzzles.
but that's actually good exercise to memorize patterns.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good tool too.
Okay. I am going to.
And then of course you have chesstempo.com.
Yeah, Chess Tempo. I like Chess Tempo.
So in Chesstempo you can search for specific tactical themes and
Chess Tempo. My rate
If you
is
pay.
1600. I think so.
1600. Okay.
More or less, I think. Chess Tempo, maybe 2 weeks ago. I mean, now I'm trying don't use so much internet for anything.
What are you doing?
I am not going to remember the name of.
Of Lichess.
I am stupid.
Blitztactics.com.
Stupid.
It's okay. Blitz Tactics was made mostly by Lichess pips. Yeah, that's right.
Can you erase these seconds
right.
of the record?
What?
Can you erase the? This,
No, maybe people didn't notice.
this-
Maybe people didn't
Okay.
notice what you just did.
But,
So- But we can explain.
Blitz Tactics.
Yeah, Blitz.
Yeah. I mean, Google is smart. I have a channel for myself.
A channel with yourself in Telegram.
Yeah, I
Oh, you can have a channel with yourself.
Yeah, only for you.
Oh.
Then it's like a note.
Mm-hmm. Just DuckDuckGo it.
Yeah, the problem with that go it, I use it a lot, is sometimes you have to try several times to get the result that you're looking for. Okay, don't use cookies and this kind of technology to
Track you?
tracking you, but I mean, yeah, it's better than Google.
Goggle?
And Google. I don't know how to say in English exactly the word.
Google?
I second they don't say Google. They say Google or something like that. Like because it's like a monster or something like that.
Monster.
Yeah, because the real name when the
Hey, Castlebit.
when the founders
It's a Google. It's the number, the big number.
no, the idea of the name is not one of the founders when he was to sign the Trademake. make a mistake, and
I know that.
and the number is not the
Yeah,
original they wanted,
uh-huh.
and I don't know. I mean, doesn't matter.
Hello, Castlebit. How are you doing today, and where did you get lost on the day of marathon? Where did we get lost? We didn't get lost.
No.
No.
He had to wait for me 30 minutes, but
Yeah. But we streamed after the race.
Yeah.
Before and after the race.
Yeah.
People could see we didn't get lost.
No.
You were finding Quartillo, yeah, but I found Quartillo.
Yeah, because I...
Yeah, in the stream after the race, I was like, I don't see Quartillo, I don't see Quartillo.
Yeah, in fact, I was in the queue waiting for banana and
I thought
water, and I am watching you.
Ah.
And then I okay, Pepe is there, no problem. But suddenly
I thought
you start to watch the more.
He has to be with the fruit and the water, but it was... I counted you to enter more or less in one... to do 1 hour, and it was like 1 hour 20 or something like that. And I was like,
And did you take the fillora in the pound?
No.
I see. It was nice.
I only take filloras from my grandmother.
Ah, okay.
Because as a show of of respect. No, I don't like filloras.
I don't like.
No.
Come on.
And actually, I don't.
Out of Galicia.
No, they're not good for my body. They're not good.
Yeah,
They're simply not good. So I only do it for respect with
your grandma.
with my grandma. Yeah.
Okay. But I spent 15 minutes in the queue to get the supplies.
It was worse when I got. It was so crowded of people.
Yeah, because
people complaining. This sucks. This is terrible.
People is stupid. I mean, there are the people, the voluntaries are there free, spend time, and they can do other things. And come on, and you are going to be rude with them.
I know. People weren't. I didn't see any people being rude to them. They were just complaining.
Yeah.
To each other, like
and the other people that doesn't hear.
Every year the same. No, we were like very far away from the tables. that was the problem.
Okay.
We were there like for 20 minutes, cold and doing a queue.
It's normal. A lot of persons.
Every year the same thing.
Don't run then. I mean, you have to. You have.
No, but I think there are better ways to do that. In other races, I've seen. They in the Dia de las Letras, the one from Pico Sacro to which I'm considering to maybe run this year.
Yeah,
it's in 2 weeks. No, it's next Friday.
17,
not this week. No? The next week, on Friday. Yeah, it's 17. In that race, when you arrive to the goal, you pass the goal, and then you have a lot of tables. With the things
prepared,
just on the table, and then there's people behind the tables that if they see something missing, they keep putting. So the runner goes, takes, and leaves, and there's no queue, no nothing.
The other times I ran the race of last Saturday, the point of fruit and water and it was behind the city hall, and the place is bigger, and you don't have because the other day
hey John,
there wasn't a lot of space because it's when you reach the finish, you didn't go to the queue.
They have this narrow path
to
the tables. That's the problem.
I agree. In this point of view, I agree.
Actually, I finished and I didn't realize that path lead to the so I went out of the line, and I was like, what the heck are the fruit? Where is the fruit and the water? So then I saw the queue, and I was like, oh. I
think it's better place behind the city hall.
But we have no command to get good, John. Sorry. We have command to get bad, but not to get good. That's how we do it. So, teach us something. What do you want to teach today?
a pasar.
Okay. Good luck.
Or not. I mean...
What's the material count?
-2.
-2 for us.
-2.
Why?
We have a bishop and white
White
a
has
rook.
a rook. Yeah. So we're on exchange down.
Yeah.
I learned something yesterday, Pepe. If you open any foreign website while streaming, you get banned immediately. How did you learn that?
Porn website.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
He's telling us if I open...
because the DRM, I think, is the directive, the rule of US about content protected by the intellectual property. You can show any content without permission, and DRM, I think, is the acronym of the name of the rule. For example, if you try to watch Netflix on your laptop, you have to allow this tracker with your browser.
But porn websites?
I mean, if it's a legal website, not the content, they have to follow the rules. I think so. I mean, I am not an expert of...
Well, you sounded like an expert.
No, I'm not an expert, but I mean,
okay. They won't let you stream after that, it seems.
I am not very interested.
That is unfortunate.
There are porn webs.
Thankfully, you tell me in time.
Yeah.
Are there any porn websites?
I don't know.
First notice. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
A ver,
hostia.
Vamos a ver con los ojos.
Okay. So those are your candidate moves?
No, the first. The check with the rook is one of them.
Apparently you haven't been properly acquainted with... no, I haven't.
No? Triple X, 3-3.
That's a follower. I recall the nickname. XXX333MMM is one of the followers of the channel.
I don't know.
I guess he's making a joke from the nickname.
Probably.
I guess. He's a guy who streams everything you shouldn't. Oh, interesting.
And Twitch down ban the account. Doesn't know it.
Could the audio be streamed as well then from another tab? Wow, people is really interested in this in this shit. Okay.
The background sound.
Let's let our crew
Okay.
discuss that in the chat and let's do this puzzle first. In the meantime.
Amigos para esto.
So we have a check. Good. We're down material, but good news is the king is exposed. His king is exposed. So we could use that. We have the bishop pair too. We could use that too. This is a very forcing move. Because I don't see any other move but rook takes. Right?
No, only with the rook.
Yeah, I mean, after knight takes, he has to take. There's no other move. And then we take our pawn on c5. That would be the best move. Knight takes, rook takes, bishop takes c5. We win the exchange back. No, that's not how chess works. I mean, I'm not a GM, but maybe you can do it. I cannot do that move, but maybe you can.
You can do it.
I don't know.
You can do it.
Okay. So if we cannot do that, maybe we can do this and this.
Yeah. But we don't try the check with rook in g8.
We don't try the check. Okay, let's try the check. The check gives four options. That's a lot of options. I'm not liking the check. It's a lot to calculate.
And even if pawn h3 after the check if he protects with the knight.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point. Okay. Then 3. Although taking that piece... Okay, let's assume that's good for us. Still a lot of options. I would prefer to calculate first. This line is more forced.
Take and bishop h5.
Bishop g5.
g5, sorry. And take the knight.
Well, he can bring the other rook, so maybe that's a problem.
We can force with bishop on h3.
There's another forced line here. So take.
Bishop g5. Rook f1. Bishop h3.
Nope, there's a rook here.
This bishop.
Yeah, there's a rook controlling that square. Is there any way we can force the king here? Because that would be very dangerous.
Only if we check and after... Well, we need 3 moves, no? Check with the rook.
But if we check with the rook, he can go to f.
We need to move the... I mean, to open the line, train knight?
Ah, wait. He cannot go to f. If he goes to f, we take here and rook f8. He has king f2.
Rook, check.
He has king f2. So for example, rook here. If king f1, we take here.
Take back.
And then we win the bishop with rook f8.
Okay.
If king here, and we do the same, after rook f8 he has king e3. And we can still pin it, but he can defend it. And that's not so clear, I think. Maybe we can start with this, but it's gonna be the same, right? If rook check now, king f2, rook f8, king e3. Done. So this check, he has 2 moves. Maybe he doesn't have this one because of bishop c6. Bishop c6 is killing.
You can trade knights and...
We're winning a piece, basically, because he has to make space for the king not to be checkmated, and then we take one of the pieces with check. So this is probably also a forcing move because king f2 is required. And then we may have pawn to h3. No, that's too much. Our knight is still hanging.
No, so, then bishop.
So what do we do after king f2?
If we take the bishop, he takes with the king or the rook?
He can take with any of them.
Because if he takes with the knight, with the king, we can pin the knight, no? Bishop g5.
Yeah, but we don't win it. He's too close with the pieces.
Anything obvious?
We need to win a piece at least. We're on exchange down. Hey, Salty's raiding. Hello. Thanks for the raid.
Hello.
And welcome. Gonna go break my fast. Have a great stream. Thank you, Salty. I hope you had a great stream too.
Knight takes
Thanks for the
C3,
raid.
then king,
Then rook g8.
rook g8.
But okay, knight takes rook g8. Ah, yeah. Then there's no king f2. Oh yeah, there's king f2. So king f2 only move.
King g2. So. But bishop c6, no?
If king g1, bishop c4, I guess he means if king h1, bishop c6. I guess. It's all very messed up, those coordinates.
c4.
Why not c4, Pepe? c4?
Open the line to attack the bishop, but...
So I guess he means taking first here and then c4. But isn't that like extremely slow? I mean, any move there. King f1. Rook c3. Even e6 could be a move. I don't know. c4 seems really slow. Hey, Kudo.
Bishop c6.
Let's go back to that idea. I think I like the idea. Rook g8. Ah, that's knight g2, h3. And two bishops versus rook. It's not so clear, knight g2. Knight g2, h3, rook g3. We have to trade rooks, then take, then we have two bishops against the rook and two pawns.
The easy way is knight take bishop.
No easy
bishop,
way.
Yeah, bishop ping. And
This?
Yeah.
But he saves it.
If he will, you move the... okay, no, we don't have a rook to discover check. I mean, if we have the rook to discover check, we avoid the rook on f1.
Maybe he doesn't come with this one. Maybe he goes with this one, solving the ping immediately. Because yeah, rook f1 could be answered with rook g8, I think. So what I mean is rook f1, sorry, takes bishop g5. If rook f1, rook g8 seems winning. An exchange.
This is the idea I have, but I don't know if it's work or not.
Winning an exchange is not enough. We're an exchange down. Is that winning a piece actually? It might win a piece. But after this, if he goes like this and he sacrifices the exchange immediately, I don't like it.
That's the rook, no?
But then he takes back and material is equal. We start an exchange down. If he gives up an exchange, it's equal.
But then we check. And if he goes back, we can move our bishop h3.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you say, but it's trying to continue on the line.
Okay, bishop g5. I'm saying knight g2.
Yeah. Take.
Take the rook. He takes your bishop.
Check. Rook.
Rook check.
Yeah. Knight come back.
No. He moves the king. Material would be equal in that position. And no pieces left. Do you have rook g8, rook f8? We've been seeing that. And Kudo is right. After king f2, we have rook f8. And that's it. Yeah, we don't need to trade first.
Okay.
Rook g8. If king h1, bishop c6. If king f1, just trade on rook f8. And if king f2, rook f8. Wins the piece. Or not. King f3, bishop g5. It wins the piece, right? e6, we take it. It seems to win a piece. So maybe he goes knight g2 and allows h3 and... Nah. What is best for white?
Knight in front of the king is not a good idea.
Yeah, but all the lines are losing for white. I'm trying to understand what is the best for white.
f1 is not good, no?
King f1 is the easiest in terms of capturing the piece because we can trade first. Probably rook f8 first also. But just trading on rook f8, rook e4, bishop g5, we win the piece. Maybe not so clean. Maybe he has e6.
Ah, we have bishop b5, check.
e6, bishop c6. And if e7...
We have there, if you
Ah, bishop b5
f1,
check.
b5.
Yeah, e6, bishop b5 check. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, I think king f1 we can win with rook f8 and with knight takes and rook f8. So I guess the puzzle will go with king f2. Then rook f8. Is Cuartillo GM?
Of course.
Yeah, but Nightbot is not answering. I don't know why. Don't we have the command? I think we had the command.
You have command for everything.
We have commands for everything because people. Oh, sorry. People create commands. My moderators create. Okay, now, yeah, the command is there. Outlook not so good. Whatever that means. Hey, Contra Chess. Okay, do we play rook g8?
Yeah.
Should we go?
Yeah.
Rook f8 now.
Yeah.
Bishop g5 now. Or we have two options here. So one of them cannot win. When you have two options, one of them doesn't win. So we have bishop g5 or take and bishop g5. What is the difference? Two Pepes. Yeah, two Pepes. Contra is also Pepe.
If we
have yet another option, take and bishop g5. Take on e3 and bishop g5. The rook can come to e4, yes, but we have bishop c6. So one difference is, after this and bishop g5, there's rook e4, but we have bishop c6. And we win even more material.
2 pieces.
So, which of these lines is the only winning one?
And
why the others don't win?
For example, if we take with the knight,
where?
D takes f, the other knight.
Knight takes
take
knight.
Back with the bishop.
Maybe.
For this line, if bishop takes.
I don't know. Maybe the difference is he can play some other random move.
But if we think, okay, we can now directly check on c6.
No, we want to win the piece. We have to play bishop g5. It's the only move after that trade. If we go here, he saves the knight.
How?
He moves the king out, and then we're not winning the knight.
Well, we can still force moving the bishop to g5.
And then he brings defenders to the knight because he solved the problem.
Okay.
If we take here, we must play bishop g5 next. And then, I don't know, maybe e6.
If we take the bishop,
maybe e6 is the problem.
yeah, because after that the rook protects the pawn, and we have
but we have this
two bishop in the same line.
No, but that's not a problem because bishop c6 check, we take on f4, and this is totally protected. So I don't see the problem. Now, if we start with this,
he can. I know he can't. Oh, forget.
It's a bit more complicated. He can try this. Then we have to take.
Then king goes e4. We have bishop f5.
No, we don't. If we go bishop f5, he takes our knight with the king.
Ah, we have to move the.
So Kurt is giving a line knight f4, bishop f4,
Rook e4.
rook e4. So I'm guessing bishop g5, rook e4, bishop c6, king g4. I thought king g4 could be a problem at some point, but I don't see how is that a problem in this particular line. I guess it is. Bishop takes, king takes, and there's no rook f5 working. That's equal. Yeah. So knight takes, bishop g5, rook e4. If bishop c6, king g4. That's the problem.
We take the rook, he takes the bishop.
Yeah, and it's equal material.
But after that we can check, no? And take the pawn.
Nothing special. And therefore, bishop takes e4, says Briley. Yeah, bishop takes e4, king takes g5. We have rook and bishop, he has rook and knight. We're a pawn down, we can take it. No, it's not a pawn down. We're a pawn up in the end, but it shouldn't be enough. And his king is very active. So that doesn't work. Then we have two other options. Bishop g5, which is the obvious, and also knight takes. Knight takes, king takes, bishop g5, rook f1. Does not work, right? We cannot put more pieces, so it has to be bishop g5 by elimination.
Okay.
And now we take with the bishop, right? If we take with the knight, he takes our. This would be too crazy. Knight takes, rook takes, knight check, winning the rook. Again, we have two options: knight takes or bishop takes. Bishop takes seems obviously winning a piece.
Yeah, we can.
So,
because we can take the bishop with the rook.
but I'm wondering what's the problem of knight takes.
Takes the bishop.
What is the problem of knight takes knight? If he takes the bishop, we have knight h3 check, and we take the rook.
But maybe he could take with the
Oh,
bishop.
it's equal material. What am I saying? Yeah, no, that's a mistake. He's gonna take our knight. Yeah. Poof. Good job. These puzzles are complicated. Okay, this, yeah. And this, at least this. And then we take here. And now the line that Kudo gave, king g4 x clown, and it's rook bishop versus rook bishop. We can take one pawn. No, we cannot take any pawn. It's just totally equal material. Nightbot has been banned from the channel. No. Okay.
11 points, Pepe.
Yeah, well done.
Well done, well done. You did more than me. Last one, and we after that.
Okay. Oh, this should be easy. Because we're being checkmated, so we don't have a lot of options. Okay. I think I want to go to my local chess club today. Cool, John. Black is threatening this. I can go on. every move.
We have a sequence of.
Thankfully, we have checks, right?
We have a sequence.
We have a sequence.
We have to have a sequence.
Ah, I thought you found it. Okay. Lol, I just made this one. Yes, this very puzzle. Nice. Don't spoil it. So we have one check here. 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 Ah, too many options. We have Queen G7 also. E2. Now the good thing about this check, which is the obvious, the one I would calculate first, because I mean, if we take this rook, we might not be checkmated. Although there's this checkmate idea. But also, if the king goes here, we have a check with the knight, or a check with the rook.
And after that,
we need to calculate and find the right line. The only problem with the queen here is it's going to be attacked. For example, queen check, king e7, the queen is attacked. And we cannot take the rook. That's the problem.
Yeah.
If we take the rook, we're checkmated. Someone is saying rook g8 and take the rook. Seems like a good idea because the queen is defending the checkmate. But then we need to calculate a lot again. We can use the queen in 4. We have a million checks. We cannot use the queen in e4, by the way. This is important. Rook g8 check, king e7, queen e4 check, bishop e6 check, and
we are jodidos.
And rook takes rook. Queen takes a2 check.
No, I was thinking about...
Maybe we're not jodidos. Maybe...
I was thinking about queen g7.
Maybe it's working. Queen g7 now?
Yeah.
And then?
Rook e4.
That's the problem. Check. The moment he has a bishop move, it's gonna be check.
Okay.
So in general, we don't want to check on e4 unless it's winning. And this might be winning, I'm not sure. Queen e4 check, bishop e4, bishop e6 check, rook takes rook. Might be winning. He can take on a2, but he will escape from the checks eventually, probably, maybe. How confident am I? So I think that line might be winning for us. After check, check, he has to move the king. But why would we do that check if we're not gonna checkmate? Ah, there's another problem.
And if we sacrifice our knight?
Sacrifice it like here.
Yeah. Open this line.
Yeah, the problem is we're opening also for the defender.
Because
I don't believe it.
for example,
I don't believe
Check.
it.
Take it.
Yeah.
Check.
Bishop g8.
Here.
Yeah, check. Bishop g8, check. No, check.
Ah, we are in check.
Yeah.
We are in check. And here check.
No, but you don't have... starting with that, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have plenty of checks. We need to find the winning idea, because checks we have a million. We need to find the winning idea. And this line is not so stupid. Rook takes rook. Rook g8, rook takes rook.
But we don't stop the check.
But we stop the checkmate. The queen is defending c2.
And after that?
After that, he has a couple of options. I think one of them is queen takes a2 check, queen a1 check, queen b2 check, and then we need to go to a dark square not to allow a discovered check against our rook. But wait. Check, knight g6 check. Nah, king d6. Nah, nothing.
You have one more check on d6, on d3?
Nope. The knight is blocking the queen. I don't know, I like both. I like this and take, and I like this queen e4 check, bishop e6 and take. I don't see the big difference between those two lines, except that the rook can go to b2 faster. Okay, we need to calculate.
For example, here.
We have knight f5 also.
Here. And he can check. Check here. And you have to go there. There or there? No, there no. Here no puede. Take it aquí.
I like pinning the bishop. What? I have the feeling we're not going to solve this one.
I'm finished.
Then he checkmates you. Queen takes a2, queen c2. It's checkmate.
We need to keep the queen here.
I agree with you, John. Between those lines, I prefer the queen on e4. But maybe there's a much more clean way, like queen h6, queen e3. No, that would be a huge blunder by me. Yeah, bishop e6 is probably stupid. So after queen e4 check, rook g8 check in here, queen e4 check, he goes to d7.
You have one check more.
Which one? Which one?
d3.
Queen d3 loses the queen to bishop d5 check. We lose the queen.
Ah, discover check.
Yeah. We can do it on d4.
Yeah, the same should be.
But then again, it's very similar. What makes one of these lines work and the others don't? What is the key point? Because there can be only one solution to the puzzle. What are we missing? Is there any perpetual check involved? 6 check. Check. I don't see it.
We can't incorporate the knight. No.
What?
Because if we incorporate the knight, no, it doesn't work because block the queen. For example, check. No, sorry. Check. No, goes here. Check.
Oh, but I calculated that line, and that's probably wrong.
No.
King e6, knight e4 check. King e6. After check, king e6. King e6. Yeah.
And we can go here.
Yeah.
Check.
King d6. King d6. Yeah.
No, we can take it.
Then rook takes.
Rook takes.
Pawn takes. Queen takes.
We can.
You have to go to a1 or c1.
Here.
There, queen e3 check. Yeah, and he's gonna win a rook. No matter where you go, he's gonna have a fork.
Rook is there, no?
Ah, rook is there. Ah, miscalculated that. But he's gonna have perpetual checks. Because the rook is there. There's no...
Right. And
that seems like a perpetual to me. Oop. I need more coffee. Oof.
We can try with the first move. There. Maybe we are wrong in the first move.
I think the right line is rook g8 and queen e4, but I cannot calculate. It's too much for for this. I need more coffee and and less distractions.
Rook g8.
So
King e7.
Up to you.
No, it's your account.
Yeah.
For me, I don't have a problem. It's your account. I mean, if you want to keep without resolve,
I don't mind.
I
What I know is I cannot calculate. Now what? I think queen e4, but
Queen e4.
I mean I don't see how queen e4 is not winning. The problem is I don't see how other lines are not winning.
Queen e4. Ah, if queen e4, bishop there. No.
Yeah, bishop e6 check, rook takes rook.
We have to take.
Yeah, and he has no checks.
Because I was thinking.
I mean, he has queen takes a2 check, king c1.
I was
And then we're
thinking
gonna block.
about to incorporate the knight and check, but
That's the threat. That's gonna be the threat.
We have to take.
It's actually a very strong threat. So after queen e4 check, bishop e6 check, rook takes rook, queen a2 check, queen takes a2 check, king c1. He has check on a1 or
Here.
on a1 or a3. No, our queen is on e4.
Yeah.
He has no check on e3 or c4. He has only on a1 or a3. So queen a1, rook b1, and we should be fine. Then we're gonna run all the way until we can block with something.
Okay.
Let me think. How are we gonna block there? Queen 3 check. Yeah, he runs out of checks. Yeah. The problem is I see that line winning, but I can also see the line with rook takes rook winning, or even the line with knight f5. I mean, to be sure, I should find the refutation of every other line.
I think the puzzle ends.
And I'm not in the mood to do that.
I think the puzzle ends there.
Where?
After take the rook.
But with or without queen e4 check?
Yeah.
With or without it? It's a question.
Without check, directly, what happened?
It probably happens queen a2, queen a1, queen b2. And it feels more dangerous than the other line, but I didn't calculate it fully, so I don't know. If you want to play something, play queen e4.
Okay. No, I mean...
Yeah. Yeah, let's go queen e4. And now take the rook. And now king c1. And that's it. Pepe, can you stop boosting your puzzle elo with GM Quartillo's help? Yeah, you're helping me improve my rating. And the problem is, we didn't solve this puzzle as I want to solve puzzles, because I smell this has to be the solution, but I should calculate why this is not working. And I thought this, and I didn't calculate more. I guess the problem is we cannot hide from the checks, because if we ever go here, there's bishop e6 check. So I guess here we cannot hide from the checks, which is hard to believe. Probably this is the only one. Because this can be met with this, probably. Queen c2, says John John. I don't know what. No, you go queen c2. When do you go queen c2? There's a bishop there. I don't understand. We took a free rook, no problem. Yeah, but here we took a free rook too, and this line is not winning. And I know it's not winning because the winning line was the other.
But the problem there is like you are saying, no, we can avoid.
Huh?
In this line, we can't avoid checks.
I don't know if we can or we cannot. I wanted to calculate it to be sure. I assume this is the only check that keeps the game alive for black, but it's hard to calculate. It's a lot of things to see. Also, why is this not winning? I didn't see the complete refutation to this move either, so yeah, thanks. Let's ask the engine. Queen a2, queen a1, queen b2. Yes, queen a2, queen a1, queen b2, and then queen c1. Exactly the line I was giving. And it says this is a draw. A rook up, but it's a draw. So it's perpetual check.
Very well.
Again, the queen in the center is always best placed. The queen on e4 helps a lot now.
Okay.
Fine.
Another thing. What do you want?
What do you want to do? What do you want to learn? What's your schedule going to be for the week?
Middle game, but you have to...
Middle game? Nice.
What about the middle game?
My good books on the middle game, I don't have them here.
I have in my house. The red one, I think yours, no?
Oh,
no,
but there are better ones.
I don't know then. There are 3, maybe. It's there. Or in the classroom. Maestría del Cálculo. You have it there.
No, that's too specific.
Maestría del Cálculo. What's it talking about?
About how to calculate and so. Good for tactics. Okay, middle game, we can see games, or what's the most complicated part for you in the middle game? To come up with plans?
Yeah, to create a plan.
To create a plan.
I mean, you follow the 4-5.
Bring that book over there, the positional one. Yeah.
4-5 move like the theoretical path of the opening. For example, if I play Queen's Gambit, I know the first moves, but after the first move, or when the opponent go out of the theory, sometimes I feel a gap about what's the next move.
But you will have that gap.
Yeah, every moment.
Yeah, okay. In every game,
yeah.
With every opening.
No, not only and not always, but.
You know, when you're learning something or trying to master something that is very complex, as chess, music, etc.
Yeah.
There are things you know that you know. There are things you know that you don't know. There are things
you know you are going to
you
know.
don't know that you know, and there are things that you don't know that you don't know. And that's where the blind spot is, where when
the biggest problem is
more experienced guy can teach you.
Yeah.
Look, this is what you don't know, that it exists and you don't know.
Yeah.
And whenever you think you have control, think that you might be not.
I am sure I not have the control of the game.
Like, if you, for example, play a game and you say, "Oh, this goes all according to plan. This is what I learned from this opening, and it's going all right on track, and the game is smooth, and I win, and I'm the best."
Yeah, never.
You're missing stuff for sure.
Yeah. I never had this feeling.
You never. Okay, then that's good.
Only in the game I won, because I calculate 5 moves in a row, I win because no option. But if you remove this game, all the other games, I was always move by move. I mean, okay, in this moment I am fucking jodido, but now I'm more or less. This is when you don't know.
Okay, let's see some instructive position from middle game.
Okay.
So let's first pick one of the chapters. This is a very good book, but we're not gonna talk about the book. Just take one position. So I'm gonna let you choose one of these 4 topics.
Yeah.
Squeezing, space advantage, transformation of pawn structures, or transformation of advantages.
I mean, transformation of pawn structures.
Okay.
I have problem when to realize when my pawn structures is good or very bad.
Okay. Well, you know, pawns are the soul of chess.
Yeah.
And they're very rich. There are many pawns. So
8. I mean.
So they create different structures and different situations. So you can have double pawns, you can have isolated pawns, you can have passed pawns, advanced pawns, backward pawns. We have a lot of names for different types of pawns.
A pawn?
Yeah.
A pawn is a pawn.
But, okay, there are times when a pawn is stronger than other pawns, and there are times when a pawn is weaker than other pawns. And that's what matters in strategy.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, in general, at your level, they don't matter a lot, the pawns, because either you or your opponent will blunder.
My queen is a pawn.
Will blunder a piece, and yeah, then it's not about pawns.
Okay.
But in higher levels, Or if you play someone more or less of your level, sometimes having one extra pawn can be the difference to win.
Yeah.
So pawns are important. Can we learn transformation of genders? Ooh. We talked a lot about that already in the stream.
Yeah, I think
yeah. Okay, so let's pick one game. You like the Queen's Gambit, right?
Yeah, I love it.
This is not exactly. This is the Tarrasch. Let me see. This is Queen's Gambit.
But you reach Queen Gambit. You reach Tarrasch after Queen Gambit.
This is a Queen Gambit. This is a Catalan. But you like the Catalan too?
Yeah, I play.
Okay. Okay. Let's have a look at this game because it's by Anatoly Karpov, so should be good. Tools, analysis board. Only gambit worth playing is the Danish Gambit. We have radicals. Stop the engine.
We have a Stallman, Stallman of the Gambit.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna move fast all this of the opening to reach the middle game, which
if you want, I say you the move.
No, it's gonna be fast. You can look at the board.
Okay.
C4, E6, and the moment D5 is played, this is a Queen's Gambit. But G3 was played immediately, so this is a Catalan. All right. I'm sure you have this. You already had this position or very similar. Knight F3, castle, castle, and this game is Sultan Ribley with white, and Anatoly Karpov with black.
Black wins, sure.
Probably because no one knows about Sultan Ribley, so.
Karpov wins always. No.
Wow.
No.
Is this the same game?
The first game, Vitorkev lost.
Wow, Karpov lost this game.
Nah.
Amazing. Okay.
He was drunk.
Amsterdam 1980.
Nah.
That means Karpov was the world champion.
Yeah. He lost the championship in 1992, no?
In 1983.
And after
84.
That, in 92.
85. In 85, he lost to Kasparov.
In 92, playing with Karpov.
With Kasparov, yeah.
In Spain.
In 82. Yeah.
In Spain.
In Sevilla.
Yeah, exhibition game, I think so.
No, the world championship match.
Okay.
The one that was suspended. After so many months.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Sultan Ribley. Says maybe he knows. He's a strong player.
I am Sultan Ribley in my first life.
Oh, he might be alive. Still.
Maybe.
What year did he lose to Lasse Andersen? I can't recall, but you should know.
I don't know. ¿Por qué? Why?
Don't you know who Lasse Andersen is?
No, I don't know. I don't know this guy.
It's John John. It's his real name. Okay. And do you know when Karpov started being world champion? Which year?
After when Fischer declined, no?
Yeah. Yeah, Fischer refused to play. So properly 74?
Could be, no? He won in 72, no?
Yeah, and then in 74, I think the winner of the candidates tournament, who was Karpov, defeating Korchnoi, was declared world champion because Fischer refused to play. I think it was 74. I don't know, I wasn't born yet, so I don't remember it very well.
It was in the beach.
Okay, whatever that supposed to mean. Okay, you can tell your thoughts about this position if you want.
4.
Now, a very important moment. Knight takes f4. What does this mean? GM Andersen. Yeah, the great GM Andersen. Did you know Andersen? The great Andersen?
Yeah.
Adolf Andersen. Or Ulf. Ulf Andersen. Very great player from the past. We should sometime see games from great players from the past.
I think it's a good idea.
Andersen has one of the most well-known games.
Okay.
Okay.
You can choose one, and we can review it the next week.
So far we have an opening, just an opening, a Catalan opening where white allowed to take on c4.
Yeah.
Typical. Then
Queen c2.
The queen eventually regained the pawn. Spent some tempi there. Opening, normal opening. Adolf H. Andersen. And I'm mixing up in my head. There's Adolf Andersen and Ulf. Ulf was maybe Anderson.
No, I don't know.
I'm not sure. Anyway, only games from the past that matters are Bent Larsen's games. Yeah. Okay, cool. Bent Larsen, did you know?
No.
Terrible. Okay, so here is the first strategical important point. So far the game was slow. The only imbalance was the pawn structure. This is 5 plus and 2. An island of 5, an island of 2. While black has 4 and 3. A very tiny imbalance in the structure that makes white have this open line, semi-open line, and black have this. But now knight takes bishop. This is incredibly committal from a strategical point of view. Now black is going to have the bishop pair. White, no.
Obviously.
And the pawn structure of white is going to be compromised.
Yeah, if you regame.
I mean, you have to. It's a piece.
Karpov can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, but Karpov was black.
Oh.
So in general, this move seems good for black.
Karpov played with black as well.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Sultan Ripley with.
It's impossible. Karpov only can play
he
with
was
white.
he was able to play with black also. Yeah, he was the greatest.
Can't believe it.
So now this pawn structure is not the best, but on the other hand, now white has a great control of the center.
We can put the knight, no? Only 5.
Yeah, I mean white is going to have a very good structure on the dark squares, making his bishop great. But I still prefer black, I think. Anyway, g takes f4, knight d7. I'm pretty sure Karpov was white. Not sure about that. Rook fd1, queen c8, very slow. Knight e4, c5, breaking, d takes, knight takes. A lot of trades now.
Trade queens?
Of course. And black keeps the bishop pair and the better structure. So black is good.
How?
How did he lose? We'll see. Rook fc8, 95 trading bishops. Never play f6. This is why he lost. He played f6. Knight f3 and now bishop f8. Okay, so we reached this position. We have almost symmetrical structure, except this pawn is here, not here. This time white has a slight initiative despite the doubled f pawns. What made this game memorable to me, this is Boris Gelfand talking, was the way white manages to increase the pressure without having serious targets and or mistakes from his opponent. He does this by creating them one by one, cooking soup on the slight frailty of the e6 pawn.
The weakness.
Yeah, this is a weakness, because that's a backward pawn, a pawn that cannot be defended with other pawns unless we push it. But now it cannot be pushed without losing a pawn. So there's the weakness. Very, very tiny weakness. You can say, for example, this is a weakness too. It's an isolated pawn. and it is a weakness.
Hmm.
Having 3 islands of pawns, 1, 2, and 3, is worse than having 2. In general, the more islands you have, the worse, because the pawns cannot defend each other. So how do you assess whose structure is better? How do you assess, okay, white is better or black is better?
I don't know. For me, I think black is better, but I don't know.
It's tough. Chess is not easy, and sometimes in tactical positions you need to calculate for 30 minutes until you
say something
until you finally understand the position and what's going on. And with the strategical ideas, it also happens that
because the easy way to defend this is blunder, because you immediately go with the rook.
There's bishop e7. It's not a blunder. King f7 is not a blunder.
Okay.
So for me, it's not an easy position to assess. In general, I think I like black because less islands, bishop, I prefer bishop. But on the other hand, I would be very worried because this move is coming and this is a weakness. And I think if we compare the obvious weaknesses, this is much more exposed. So in the short term, this is probably going to be a problem, while this could be a problem potentially later in the game. Black is nowhere near to attacking this.
Okay.
But yeah, to me it's not obvious. Let's see how the game continues. And Gelfand is astonished how the way white wins this.
Yeah.
So let's see it. E3, okay. G6, B3. Why would you play B3 and not A3? Or why would you even play B3? What do you think?
Because it's white castles. White castles, pardon. White squares.
Hey Sphinxy. Yeah. Sometimes it's tricky. In this case, when you have a knight, I think it's generally good to put pawns in different color of the opponent's bishop, because you know he's never going to attack them. But sometimes you want exactly the opposite. You want to restrict the bishop by putting in the same color.
Okay.
In this case, you would allow some break, probably uncomfortable. And also with the knight, if you have bishop, then it makes more sense to restrict the opponent's bishop to make your bishop better. But okay, of course there's no general rule that can be applied always. B3, bishop b4, okay. H3. Just a move. At least now the weakness is not on a dark square. So in the future, when it becomes obvious that that's a weakness, it cannot be attacked by the bishop. King f8. Knight goes to the center, allowing this. But that was not played. So he played king f7. Why didn't he go here? Because the pawn could be lost anyway, right? I mean, the knight was controlling that. But now if he goes there, we might trade and attack it. And it seems to me that it's going to be lost. Now that would be a weakness. A total isolated pawn, very hard to defend. So I guess that's why he didn't push it. So he played king f7. And now an exclam move.
Exclam move.
Yeah. So this was about transformation of pawn structures. The pawn structure is in principle bad for white, 3 islands, but this is still a weakness. If we push it, it's going to be an isolated pawn. But now Sultan makes a move that has nothing to do with that, makes a4 exclam. Keeping in line with our theme of changing the pawn structure, Ribley is putting pressure on the b5 pawn. Yeah. Creating a small weakness there, but the real point is not revealed until move 30. When the white rook penetrates via the b file, something this move made possible. Aha. Okay, John, have fun. So, white is using the fact that the bishop is still here, so this pawn cannot avoid the trade. And what white is doing is opening a file. Because, oops, yeah, that was the move. White is forcing to take here because b4 cannot be played, and the pawn is attacked. And what white achieves is to open this line. How important is that? I have no idea. According to Gelfand, that was genius.
Yeah.
But,
the key move.
But yeah, we'll see. Bishop c5, rook c4, exclam. Now he takes with double rooks. Bishop a3 and rook b1. Nope, wait. Not rook b1. First trade, and then rook b1. Now this is almost an endgame. I would consider this an endgame. Block, and rook a7.
But black can take the pawn, no?
This one?
Yeah.
Not sure. At some point.
It loses the bishop.
Yeah, loses the bishop. So here it says white is better. What do you think? I think white is better, but I don't understand. I mean, I wouldn't say the main theme here is the pawn structure anymore. White is better because hello. I don't know how they say this in English, but in Spanish we say séptima llegarás y la partida ganarás. And this rook on the 7th is really strong now. It's putting a lot of pressure and yeah. And this pawn structure is, look how safe is this king here. With this,
I think it's very safe.
you know, the pawns are doubled, yeah, but the king is totally safe here. Even if he achieves the rook in the 7th, he wouldn't be threatening anything major. But with these pawns, it's a different story. There's a lot of space behind them, so if we didn't block with the bishop here, we needed to defend this, so we have to go there. Then this is weak. It's very hard to defend those pawns. Isn't this game way too difficult for the pupil? Yeah.
No, I mean, I understand it. I have to.
Yeah, you probably don't
slowly
understand everything, and I probably don't understand everything, but
No problem.
I think every game we can understand
Keep
part.
something.
F6 was really poor move because it couldn't be pushed the whole game. Yeah, he played F6.
Yeah, play F6.
So now, of course, Karpov was black, so Karpov didn't collapse. I would collapse immediately in this position. I would resign like in 2 moves from here, but no, Karpov kept playing and decided to sacrifice a pawn. He played e5 exclam. Black 6 activity at the cost of a pawn. His position is still defensible, but all responsibilities on his shoulders. So f takes e, and knight f3, of course. Rook takes a4. Knight takes e5 check. Wow, chess guy rating Hey Chess Guy, thanks for the raid. Welcome to the stream. And king f6, and there's a bunch of moves, but I want to stop first and try to understand. I still think black has decent chances in this game. I wouldn't be very disappointed as black, because material is still equal. Black still has the bishop, and the outsider, that pawn that is far from the rest. So black retains winning chances. The problem is, for now, white's piece is still very active, and white's king very safe. So for now the activity belongs to white. This king is tied to defending this, that bishop is avoiding the rook to take this, so yeah, still complicated for black, but from the material point of view and given this pawn exists, black has some chances. Let's see how the game continued. Knight c6. Yeah, that's annoying. That's losing this pawn. Okay, yeah, so black is gonna be a pawn down. Bishop c5, rook takes a2. But now that the bishop is here, this rook cannot come there. So black is gonna move the rook and start pushing the pawn. Seems like a plan. I'd beat Karpov like this, says Sakuha. Sure you will. Okay, rook a2, of course. What's the threat? The tactical threat?
Take the pawn on e3.
Yeah. Then there's this, and you never know. King f3, and push. h4, push. I would be scared with white. So white is a pawn up, but black has a clear plan to promote this guy.
It's not easy to stop.
And yeah, not entirely obvious how we will stop it. Still, this king is not as safe as this. And this rook and knight are in good places in general. So, well, interesting fight. We're entering the more... I'm gonna read what Gelfand says, so we all learn. We're entering the more interesting phase of this game, stating this happily ignores the debate on how to get such a position against Anatoly Karpov, where the pawn structures have disintegrated entirely and the theme has dissipated. But chess has a tendency to always be instructive, so I feel like it would be sad to ignore the nice little points we find in this endgame. So now we're gonna move to endgame lesson.
Now, you think
Yeah.
the endgame was previously, yeah.
Yeah, but now this is full endgame mode now. Pawn structure is not important anymore. So if you want, we move to another position.
Now I am curious.
Okay, we're all curious now how Karpov lost this. It's worth noticing that e3 f2 structure is perfect. Yeah, these pieces are coordinated against f2, but it's worthless with this pawn on e3.
Stop it.
So black will need some work to start a real attack on this pawn. For example, more standard f2, g3, h4 would be much worse. Yeah. Instead of this, if you have this, then this would be very exposed on this diagonal. So this structure, sometimes you have a structure that sometimes you don't want to double pawns, for example, in chess. But actually, it has also some advantages. For example, in the opening, when they take your knight on f3 or on c3 and you have to double pawn, you control the center more. And in this case, having this pawn on e3 and not on g3, the pawn structure is not as good theoretically, but
Stop the threat.
Against that bishop precisely, it's very good for the defense. So very good point, Melek. And an important part of being good at chess and even creative at chess has to do with understanding what are the good things about the different pawn structures and things that in general you say, oh, I don't want to double pawns, but
sometimes you need it.
It has good things, and you need to have to look at them and see, okay, what's the good part of this pawn being here? And okay, so what happens here? King e4 exclam. Haha. That's a very beautiful move. What do you think is the idea of this move?
Stretch the space of the king and trying to move the rook and trying to catch. I mean, if you king goes to the center, the other king was restricted, and the rook is on 7th.
Well, first of all, it follows a golden rule that Ben Feingold says about endgames. So you know already some Ben Feingold rules.
Yeah.
You know, never play f6.
He's only and the king goes to the center.
Black played f6, so that's why he lost the game. Yeah. I mean, Karpov. How can Karpov lose a game? He played f6. Yeah, so
only once in his life.
There's some other rules, but there's this one. In the endgame, always move the king up.
Yeah.
Always. If you can, you promote your king. You always move the king up, so it follows that rule. Move the king up. But in this case, it's giving this pawn. It's giving the pawn. But the pawn cannot be taken, because the purpose of the king is to control this square. So that knight e8. Rook f7 is checkmate. And even if you save the checkmate with a move like g5, you lose the rook.
Yeah.
So that was beautiful. But of course he didn't take the pawn. Instead, okay, the book says Karpov should play king e6, which seems normal. Still with some white advantage, but he played bishop f8 question mark. I would in bullet game. What? Okay. Rook e7 was played, which I would do also. I mean, the bishop was stopping our rook from going behind the pawn. That's another important rule in endgames. You know, rook and pawn endgames are the most common ones.
I know.
So there's a lot to study on endgames dealing with pawns and with rooks. And there's a lot of rules there. One of them is the rook always wants to be behind the pawn.
Okay.
So, in this case, this is the pawn. The pawn moves towards here. Any rook wants to be behind. The defender wants to be behind, and the attacker wants to be. If the rook was here, the pawn would be killing, threatening to promote with the support of the pawn of the rook. And now with the defender here, it's going to be really tough to promote it. Why do you want it behind? Because any rook that is behind the pawn, the more the pawn pushes, more free to move is the rook. Both for attacker and defender. If this rook moves here, the pawn moves here, the pawn moves here, the rook will be trapped, defending the pawn. So, rook behind the pawn. Well done, Mr. Ribley.
Okay.
Ribli is white.
Yeah. Only. For me, solo Karpov white forever.
Bishop d6. It's giving a line with rook takes f2, blah blah blah, but let's not get lost. f4, rook h2, attacking that pawn. What do you think white should play here? It's a tough one. Wow. I'm seeing this endgame is full of mistakes. Wow. This is nice.
The pawn cannot defend it directly.
98 looks strong, says Melek. 98 looks interesting, as well as 95. Let me see if those lines are here. No. No other line is here but the line they played. Pepe, am I allowed to show a rapid gaming a bit? Maybe. If we have time.
Yeah, no problem.
So you were considering taking the pawn?
He takes back, no? And after that we have the problem with the f4 pawn.
Well, it's not a big problem, I think, because we can move. If it was black's move, yeah, g5 and draw. But because we can move, maybe we can play rook a6 or something. But yeah, the more pawns you trade, the easier it's gonna be to draw, especially with a bishop. This seems very drawish because even though we are a pawn up, that extra pawn is where all the pieces are. It seems very drawish. So he played rook a6, which is a move that I am nobody really said in the chat. He played rook a6, exclam, and of course now there's no. It's tactically defending this. The pawn cannot be taken, right? Because the bishop seems to be lost, right? We do it this way. Yeah. Yeah. And no matter where he goes, knight c8 wins the bishop. And there might be other ways to, like knight here, other ways, or even knight e5. So he's tactically defending this pawn for the moment. Rook a6, king f7. This is main line. Knight e5 check. Bishop takes e5. King takes e5. It turns out that this was the critical moment of the game, though neither or neither?
Neither.
Okay, neither of the players would have known this with any certainty while it was being played. Yeah, it's so tough when you are over the board.
Yeah.
To smell, oh, this is the important moment of the game, and I'm sure I have a like solution here to save the game.
No, it's obviously black is going to be pawn down.
Black is going to be, well, pawn down, but also this is not good. This position of the king is not good. Rook check allows king f6, and this is also hanging. So this is a very complicated endgame. We can tell that white should be better because extra pawn, better rook, better king. But there's one move to draw here that Karpov didn't find.
A move to draw.
Yeah, this could be a puzzle. Black to move and draw, but it's complicated, and I already saw in the book, so very interesting. And then later in the book, it says about this move. Having missed the easier ways to solve his problems, eventually Black had to find a study-like move in the rook ending in order to save the game. Presumably exhausted from 4 hours of intensive defense and with no one hinting that this was the moment when all energy had to be consumed on saving the game, the world champion failed the task. I like the next comment. I agree that this does not look as exhilarating as Kasparov's unruly demolitions of Karpov in the second half of the 80s, but it is also a valid way of playing, and on this occasion it was enough to beat the strongest player in the world at the time. Yeah. Okay, so what Karpov played was King G7 ? At least after the check, he's gonna go there and keep defending this. That I assume that's the point, because with the king here, check, he has to go back. So King G7 ? Karpov could have held the game with rook. I am nobody really got it, because he sees no other study-like move. Yes, exactly. Rook h3, double exclam. So we don't take the pawn. We threaten this first. And now, rook a7 check, king g8. And it gives the line after e4, rook takes h4, rook takes a4. Black draws easily, says the book. White has no way to make progress. If White manages to get his rook to f6, Black just has to keep the rook on g4 and be ready with g5 exclam. For example, something like this, well, it's Black to move. Something like this. Okay, not there. Let's put it here, so rook f6 is not check. I think what he's saying is whenever we play rook f6, Black goes g5.
Because rook is not defended.
Rook is defended.
But if we move it.
But if we do this, bam.
Take and take and draw.
Well, in that case, is it a draw or Black wins? It is a draw. But now we need to be careful to draw. Not so careful. No, it's easy. All moves draw.
White move, no?
Yeah, white to move. All moves.
F4,
all moves draw.
No? F4.
F4 is illegal.
It's go.
Now every move draws here. Yeah, this draws. Okay, draw. Yeah. So rook h3, amazing. Let's see how the game continued. King g7, rook a7 check, king h6 was the idea. Now he took the pawn. And now he took on h4. And he says, rook h3 is not enough now, because white wins after rook a3. Rook a3 was not possible before because we didn't take the pawn yet. Now that we took the pawn, we have access to a3. Rook a3, king g7, rook a7 check, king 6, e4, rook takes h4, rook f7 exclam. Defending the pawn and preparing to advance the e pawn. If the rook moves, king f6 and push. Okay, these are a bit complicated. So he played rook takes h4. And now king f6, exclam, rook h5, e4, rook h4, e5, defending. Rook h5, Lucena? Well, this is not even gonna be Lucena, I think, because the king, I mean, I don't see how this rook will stop the pawn. E6, check, king 7, king g7, king d6, rook f8, rook a7 check, king f6, rook d7, and Karpov resigned. Because black is in Zugzwang. If he moves king or rook, rook f7 counts. The line that the guy said isn't enough because of Lucena or something. Ah, the line... which line were we seeing before? This one? No. This one?
I think this is the last.
Nope. This one. Yeah, when rook h3 is not enough. We said that. This line? Rook a3. Yeah, this is the line with rook a3. Rook h3, rook a3. I don't think it's Lucena. I think it's just...
What is Lucena? A pattern.
We're gonna see... Oh, I can teach you Lucena.
Okay.
Okay, but first, the problem is black here to move. Black doesn't want to move.
Yeah.
We cannot move the king. If we move the king, rook check, trade rooks, and win. If we move the rook, king is gonna go there and pawn starts pushing. I don't think this is even gonna be Lucena, but let's show Lucena very quickly. It's one of the important patterns in rook and pawn endgames.
Okay.
Editor board, better board editor. Clear.
Board editor.
Clear board. Okay, let's say we have a pawn that we want to promote, and let's say our opponent has a king close, and a rook is cutting our king, but we have a rook too. And let's say it's white to move. And analysis board. And table base?
No, but I can show you.
It's for endgames.
I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah, because there's some endgames, very basic endgames that are completely solved.
Oh, okay.
For example, king and pawn versus king. How many combinations of king and pawn versus king are in the board? The king can be in one of 64 squares. The opponent king can be maybe in 60 or 50, depending on where the king is, 55 to 60 squares, and then the pawn can be in the remaining one of the remaining squares. So you have all the combinations, and they're all in a database.
Are studied and so
yeah. So computers have those books, those databases. Well, computers. I mean, you have them online and you can download. So we have table base until 7 pieces or 8 pieces. But for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's completely solved since many years ago. So here you have the book here. So you have all the moves that are winning and the ones that are not winning, in this case losing. For example, rook d2 and rook c1, obviously losing if you lose your rook. And that's it.
Okay, and you can memorize all this time.
You could, but of course it's very vast knowledge, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But they can help you when you study endgames to have that there. In my case, when I when I show endgames on the stream, I have that there in case I'm saying something stupid, because sometimes you miss a move or.
Okay.
And from all the winning moves, they are supposedly sorted from best to worst.
Okay. On the top.
Like, this is checkmating 40, this is checkmating 46.
Oh, it's another move.
Okay. Hey Roken.
Hi.
So now, as you can see here, any move wins. But let's do Lucena. Let's do. I would go with Rook F1 instead of King D8. Or no, let's go King D8. Let's do the best move. Let's first bring the pawn to the 7th rank. Okay. If we can do that, we will be closer to promoting. So King D8 seems logical. So black, what black is doing is preventing with King and Rook. Black is keeping our king in front of the pawn, and we need to move the king out of there to be able to promote. So for the moment, let's say black keeps the situation as it is, and we push, and black keeps as it is. Okay, now to be able to escape with the king, of course, we cannot force this rook out, so we need to force the king out with a check. And now let's say King G7, because King E6 would be immediately, I mean, King E8 wins, we promote next move, so nothing to worry there. So King G7. And now, this is the key move, Rook F4.
Why?
This is Lucena. And let's do some other move. Let's bring the king out, for example. Check. We don't want to step in front of the pawn again, so we go here. Check. What do we do?
Come back.
Well, we need to keep the pawn defended.
Yeah.
But we don't want to repeat position.
Okay.
And we cannot block with the rook magic. This would be winning, but we cannot. So what do? We go here, check. So he keeps checking. If we go away from the pawn, he attacks the pawn. And we need to come back with the king to defend. So we're not making progress here. Check. 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 How do we make progress? Eventually we will need to bring the king again in front of the pawn and then do Lucena.
Okay.
So let's show what the right way to do is, which is Lucena. So let's go back to King G7. There. Hello Karmar. Obvious checkmating 46. I saw it immediately. Yeah.
Hello Karmar.
So Lucena is, we're gonna go out, but at some point when these checks happen, we want to be ready to block with a rook.
This is the idea, because you put
Yeah.
the rook in front of the...
Yeah,
in a row closest the king than the...
Yeah, but there are two
the
ways
black.
to do it. The right way is Rook F4, the wrong way is Rook F5. They both win, but let's see the right way first. Rook to the 4th is a bit weird because it's too far away, right, from the pawn. It's two ranks free between them, because the idea is we're gonna bring our king here and then block with the rook here. So now black plays a move. We go out. Black starts checking us. Check. Check. We go here. And after the check, we go here. And black cannot avoid the promotion. Now, a funny thing is, after Rook F2, if I recall correctly, I think the best move is not promoting, but King E6. But I'm not sure. Let's see in the table base. Nah, it's promoting. When was it?
10th move.
There's or King D6. Was it King D6 here? Nah, it's promoting. Is it true that Spaniards eat pepper plants and throw fruits away?
Is true that the Spaniards eat... No.
You're a cultivated, educated guy. Do you know something about this?
No.
Okay. Now let's see the wrong way because it's funny.
I mean, I love peppers, green peppers.
Me too. Yeah,
Green-
from Padron.
From Padron, but to avoid the fruit.
But throw fruits away. Only if they come from France. If they come from France,
Yeah, we can burn it
we throw them
over the board.
Okay. So this is the right way. Let's see the wrong way. The wrong way also wins, but it's funny.
The king is
Yeah, the king can go there, but let's say we do this. I once drew this position with the losing side because my opponent did this, and then I went here. And now, as you can see, there are two moves that win: Rook d5 or promoting. And my opponent promoted.
and check.
No, it's not. I just took the rook.
You take.
And
why not check and take the queen?
here.
Yeah.
No, because that check is met with this. That's why we do
Okay.
Lucena.
Okay.
But yeah, in this case, there's this fork. So in the game I'm recalling, my opponent had also a way to win my rook immediately, but it wasn't a fork. It was like check, check, and fork, and he didn't see it. So he had to play queen versus rook endgame, which is winning, but it's not an easy task to win
you
this.
have to work.
So let's say we do a stupid move here, like this. Then it's still winning, but it's checkmating 61. Checkmating 61 could very well be a draw.
Yeah, after 50.
Because you need 50. Yeah. The thing is probably before 50 you take the rook. So.
But if you have a check, the amount of move you need to draw restart. I mean.
No, it restarts after a capture or a pawn push.
Not for check.
No. This is 16. Yeah, okay, we did a 61. Where is the 50 move rule? I think with best play, let's follow the best play. The rook should be captured before the 50 move rule, but I'm not sure. Anyway, the queen versus rook endgame, it's no one studies it.
But there are a theoretical endgame.
Yeah, it's a theoretical.
Studies,
Yeah, it's theoretical. It's a theoretical endgame. And oh, Lord Sakuho banned Britney Spears. Oh, you did it again.
Don't ban Britney.
Okay. So this is a theoretical endgame. It's very, very complicated, but nobody studies it with good reason. It's mate in 50. Right now, this position, for example, is checkmate in 50, but only if two computers are playing each other. If two humans are playing this, the queen wins every game. Like it's so hard to defend.
Yeah.
It's so easy to blunder.
Yeah. The queen has a
Yeah.
lot of moves and can discover checks.
Unless, of course, the side with the rook is a GM and the side with the queen is you.
Heart attack.
But there, I mean, if any, there's one position to know.
Okay.
Queen versus rook, there's only one position to know. You study that one position, and that's all you have to know.
Okay.
Again, clear board.
Let's see what's Chescudo right.
Chescudo wrote
Ufta.
Ufta, and is Quartillo GM, and Nightbot says very doubtful, but
You were very.
But Nightbot lies all the time.
You don't have a cry.
Right, no, we have that, the mask, yeah.
This is my feeling now.
What kind of command is this? We have commands for everything. So, for example, let's say this position is winning. Well, all the positions are winning, but let's bring this here. Yeah, this position. This is a good one. White to play. Continue for analysis board. Oh, this is giving the line. Okay. Now, the thing is, the position, the hard part of this endgame is to bring the king to the corner. But once the king is in the corner, you need to know how to win. This position here, black is in Sux1. The problem is this is white to move now. So we want to achieve this position being black to move.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, you do the check here first. Promote, make line. As table base was suggesting, queen f2 check first. And then after the only move, king here, it's the only move because rook a7, queen g8 is checkmate.
Mm-hmm.
So after the only move, then we go there. Still, Sux1.
Have to move.
Sux1. Now the rook has to move. Look how we're controlling, there's no check. And now the rook has to go far away from the king because we're controlling all these squares close to the king. So the rook has to go here or here. No matter where the rook goes, we're going to do check, 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 take the rook. Pick a square. Pick a random square of this.
G7.
G7. Okay. Now you're going to do check, 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 trying to fork the rook, always playing with the checkmate ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in this case, we have already this one. So that was easy. Let's pick another. Let's pick h7. So it's white, dark.
Okay.
We can still start with this check. The king cannot go here because of checkmate. So he has to go to the other side. King a7 or king a8. Check and check.
Okay.
And we're going to pick the rook. And because the king is here controlling these squares, the rook can never block the checks. This check cannot be blocked now. So we win the rook. Always winning the rook.
This rule works when the king is...
Once the king is in the corner. Yeah, and we have our king close.
Okay.
Which is hard to achieve. Important to point out that if rook a7, then queen d8 mate. Yeah, that's what I said before. If rook here, queen g8 is checkmate. And okay, I said there was only one position to learn, but you should probably also learn the stalemate tricks, because for black to save the game, there are some stalemate tricks. Let's say white doesn't play perfect and plays this instead, which is still losing. The other moves win. Black to play and draw.
Black to play and draw.
Yeah.
Okay, 7.
Rook a7 is checkmated in 2 moves.
Ah, okay. The queen is defended. B7, the same thing.
Hey Salty! Salty is back. How do you like the new Lichess design? Asks Karmar. I like it. It's okay.
Then Rook c6.
Yeah. Rook c6.
Forced to take.
Well, if you don't take,
You lose the
he
queen.
will trade, and it's going to be a draw anyway.
Yeah.
And if you take, it's
The
stalemate.
king is the same.
So that's an important trick. So after this check, if we go here, white's still winning, but black can keep trying these stalemate tricks. For example, here we cannot take. If we take, it's stalemate.
Yeah.
And now, white to play and win.
Now play.
Huh. This is tough. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we have 5 legal moves, but taking the rook is not an option. Hey, Mr. Jive. Which ones do you think win and which ones don't? Finally, someone who likes it.
I think king c6.
Well, that's the only one that doesn't win.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah. King c6, rook d6. Bam. Rook d6.
I have a
Draw. Yeah, well spotted.
very happy.
I know you're trolling me, and you knew it.
I am the king of the stalemate.
I know you knew it. Yeah. I think probably the other three, including king e6, are winning. And if I have to choose the better, it's probably king e6, but I'm not sure because here he will keep checking. But this is tough. So let's see what table base says. Yeah, king e6 is the best. Then king c5 or king e5. And the other two is a draw. Cool. Maybe the complainers are more loud than the likers. Yeah, that usually happens when you have design changing in a website. It's very people will complain. That's what it is. It is in our nature.
It's impossible. All the people agree and change our vote.
Yeah, also that. But I think it's in our nature to be reactive to change.
Yeah.
So you enter there. I mean, I enter only chess mainly to study or play chess. Logically, I don't enter to recreate with the design like, oh, this is the greatest.
But for
design.
example, the first time you go to Chess Tempo, you say, "Come on."
Oh my god.
Website of 90s.
Yeah, but what I mean is.
But it's useful.
What I mean is.
That's important.
Okay, yeah, I give you that. But when you enter every day, is to play chess. It's the reason.
Yeah.
So if you enter to play chess and suddenly things changed, you're like, wait, what happens here? And you don't like it, maybe. But yeah, it's very normal to react when.
To my father-in-law is angry with chess because he's all the day doing puzzles, and the marks are not good. I mean, he solved correctly the puzzle, but the score, the bar score is not showing the green level or red level properly.
Why not?
Mean, I don't know. If you see the elo, I mean
the thread,
the elo here where
the rating.
The rating is right, plus the number right or minus the number right if you fail the puzzle. But the bar of the punctuation is not good. Not show the correct points.
That's strange.
Yeah, a lot.
I've seen a bug in the studies part, however. So maybe
this bar 9.
Yeah, I think it's fine for me.
In the bottom, yeah, and for me too. But his bar line is not showing the right things. I mean, he's resolved right the puzzle and appears a red label.
Solving correctly and appears red?
Yeah.
That's strange.
But plus the punctuation.
But when you solve, it's not green either. It's yellow.
No. I mean,
yeah, we did before.
Yeah, but it's I mean, I was with them, we solved the problem and plus the punctuation, but here it's not green.
Because
red.
it's yellow.
No, red.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes appear -14, and the puzzle give him
That's
five
okay.
points.
Okay, that's weird.
2 weeks ago, more or less.
What I think in studies, when you have some line, so for example here we have a main line with the game that ends with this rook d7 in this perfect position that we can impress in our brain now and remember for the next minute. If I pick one subline and I delete that line, but I don't delete the rest, somehow yesterday they would mess up the main line, the sublines. Maybe it doesn't do it anymore. No, it doesn't mess it up. But yesterday it was messing that up every time. So now, for example, this would be the main line and this would be a subline. That was so crazy during the Endgames stream. So I had a lot of fun with that. Okay.
Time to stop.
I have class in 5.
You are hurry up.
So, Pepe, what's the highest rated puzzle you ever saw on Lichess? I don't know.
There are not board about top rated players, about puzzles.
Puzzles. I don't know.
Like in the home, you can see the
but I don't
top
have
players. I don't know if about puzzles.
No, that's no. The top is just for players. Maybe you have a top of 2696, says Sphinxy. I cannot recall, and because you solve a puzzle and then and then you move on to the next one, then either you remember or, I mean, in the green boxes you can still access to the last 12 or 14 puzzles you did, but the rest you don't have a history log of those. So,
and if you go to your profile and watch your history, neither.
Nope. I can see today I made 10 puzzles. Okay.
The number, but not exactly.
Lichess is down.
We expect to be very back soon.
Very timely. Because we have to leave.
It's fine, this background.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't see this one?
No,
never.
Yeah, it's
right. I got it so many times.
I am going to try to get it and put on my laptop.
Quartillo killed Lichess.
Yeah,
you did. Okay, guys.
Bye.
Was fun. See you. See you tomorrow.
Or not.
Or not. I hope to see you.